Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Anyway, I recently read about Britney Spears. Not read because I was looking at my Instagram account and I see Britney Spears account and she has gone, how should I say it? It's sad to see what's going on with her, okay? Like her mental state has declined, it's obvious at this point. So I also did some research on her and it's interesting what I found out about her, okay? So welcome back to the Batman podcast. Now, just to give some backdrops, when I was a little boy, I was obsessed with Britney Spears, okay? She is the reason why I became interested with music, okay? Before she debuts, I was into music as a young kid because I was introduced to music by my parents. My mom and dad used to listen to Celine Dion a lot, and I love Celine Dion's music, but not really obsessed with Celine Dion. She was never my icon. Or my sister used to listen to a lot of Backstreet Boys, and while I also enjoyed Backstreet Boys, they weren't my icon, But when Britney debuted, it was like something else, I was obsessed with her, you know. And it's kind of sad to see her mental decline over time. Okay. Anyway, before I start this video, I just want to say that many of this information I found online is not verified. Okay, this is just a theory and I could be wrong. It is in no way a fact. Okay, and also if you feel like this is a little bit different for me, it's because I never recorded on a on an evening. Usually I do my recordings during the night, so it's a little bit weird for me today. But I'm so busy these days, I don't have any time anymore. So whatever free time I have, I will try my best to do more recordings, okay? And also, I want to specifically give this message to Lou Taylor. I know you like to sue a lot of podcaster, okay? But don't come after me. Because all I'm saying is all that is available on the internet. I'm just sharing information, okay? I'm not saying that this is 100% positively true. It could be true, it could be wrong. It's just a theory, okay? So again, don't come after me, okay? Alrighty, let's get started. Anyway, uh, not really. I found, but I did listen to this song like maybe 10 to 15 years ago. The title of the song is Rebellion by Britney Spears. It wasn't released. It was an unreleased track, and the song is very very haunting. Okay, I'm just going to play you guys the song, just a tiny snippet of the song, and you guys can read the lyrics, and I will elaborate on that later. Okay.
Wary of others, the ones closest to you, the poison they feed you, and the voodoo that they do. But in rebellion, there's a sparkle of you. Don't just stand there, do what you got to do. You're fighting in rebellion. Your body's like breathing. They're not believing what you see. Cause you're rebellion. Your body's like your belly. Cause everyone can. Cause your soul is not selling.
So very interesting, isn't it? Let's just look at some of the lyrics, okay? It started with be wary of others, the ones closest to you. The poison they feed you, and the voodoo that they do. But in rebellion, there's a sparkle of truth. Don't just stand there, do what you got to do. You find it in rebellion, your body starts breathing. They're not believing what they're seeing cause you're rebellion. You'll find it so compelling with everyone yelling cause your soul. You're not selling cause you're rebellion, okay? Like, I do remember that around 2006, no, around 2003, she joined Kabbalah, introduced by Madonna. Remember that? You know, after the whole Britney, Christina, and Madonna performance where they kiss each others, and then there's this whole video of Britney and Madonna, their duet Me Against the Music. Remember that? You know, and after a while, Madonna introduced her to Kabbalah. This should be around 2003, 2004 when she was first spotted with the Kabbalah bracelet, right? And you know, in the beginning, she did join Kabbalah, but I do remember, okay, I do remember towards the end of 2004 reading an article where she went to visit a church, okay, and based on the article, it was rumored that she was conflicted about her feelings about Kabbalah and also the church because she grew up as a Christian. I guess everybody knows that, you know. Her parents are very, what do we call, devout Christians. So I feel like at that point, she probably feels like Kabbalah is very weird. Kabbalah, by the way, is Jewish mysticism. A lot of people has been saying it has been rumored that Kabbalah practice magic, Satanism, and so on. Okay, so I feel like probably she was having doubts. Okay, at that point in 2004. I also double confirmed this with Grok, and Grok did told me that there was an article during the late 2004. I think it was November 2004. Grok, by the way, is the AI company of Elon Musk. Okay, so I feel like she was already conflicted come 2004. Okay, and then come 2006, there was an interview with Matt Walsh. Is it? No, not Matt Walsh. What was the guy? The interview. Let me Google it 1 second. Britney Spears interview 2006. Who was that guy? Hmm, Matt Lauer, yes. With Matt Lauer. And I do remember that Matt Lauer was asking her something about like what happened to her Kabbalah activities, you know. And I remember her saying that she no longer is involved with Kabbalah and that her baby is her religion. Okay. And right around 2006, she was no longer seen with a bracelet, the Kabbalah bracelet. What is going on with my camera? 1 second. Why is it suddenly so dark? Okay. She was no longer seen with Kabbalah. It's dark again. Sorry guys, I wasn't sure what happened just now, but something is wrong with my camera just now. But I guess it's okay now. But anyway, it was around 2006 that she was no longer seen with the Kabbalah bracelet, and she did say in that 2006 interview with Matt Lauer that she no longer practiced Kabbalah and that her baby is her religion. Okay, so is it also a coincidence, just a coincidence, that she released the song Rebellion back in 2006? And she was talking about be wary of others, the ones closest to you, the poison they feed you, the voodoo they do to you. Huh, just a coincidence? Now, there were also reports, okay, again, this is rumored, we can't tell for sure, but there was reports that were saying that Britney was fed up with Kabbalah, you know, because apparently for somebody who is top level like her, top level celebrities like her, rich celebrities, you know, you have to pay 10% of your income to the Kabbalah Center. Okay, Madonna reportedly has already paid 25 to 50 million dollars to the Kabbalah Center. I mean, it's ridiculous to begin with. Okay, so I guess she gets fed up. I mean, like, why do I have to pay 10% of my income to this center, right? Doesn't even make sense. And on her defense, I don't think she fully knew what Kabbalah is prior to her joining that. Okay, she probably was introduced by Madonna, and probably what she was thinking is, oh, maybe this Kabbalah thing is good for networking and so on. Expand her empire, her business, and usually all these top level celebrities, they would end up joining Kabbalah, right? So she probably thinks no harm in that. She probably has no idea with that. And as I also did my research and so on, and apparently people, the lower level people, the newly joined member, they have no idea what Kabbalah is, or also Freemason, Illuminati, all the secret society. They have no idea what it really is. Okay, it wasn't until much later, once you uh, grow or ascend into top tier leadership, that you actually find out what it really is, what their mission is, what they really want. Okay, like for example, Freemason, it has been rumored that they have overthrown government and kings and queens and so on. Okay, with Kabbalah, it is rumored to be Jewish mysticism. Some people are saying it's magic. Some people have linked it to Satanism. Okay, this is just what I read. Don't come after me. Okay. So again, we should connect back to her 2004 article. Okay, where the article was saying she was spotted going to a church praying. Okay, and then the article also said that people closest to her were saying that she was conflicted because she wasn't sure whether she wants to give up her Christian faith and embrace these Kabbalah teachings. And also come 2006, she said she is no longer with the Kabbalah, and she also wrote that song Rebellion, talking about voodoo. Rebelling against who? Who is she rebelling actually? And who is actually doing all those voodoos? And if to all you Britney fans out there, I mean, like, if you remember it correctly, I specifically remember that during 2006, the paparazzi attack on her ramped up. Okay, like, it was crazy. I mean, like, she was already the most followed person by paparazzi come 2003, 2004, and 2005. Okay, but come 2006, it become out of control. Do you guys remember that? It's like everything she does, it's like the paparazzi was always there. I mean, like, who wouldn't have gone crazy? And I don't think she was even crazy at that time. I feel like, you know she was under stress. So she probably have a angry reaction, we would say. And people will go on and say, oh, look at this, Britney got crazy, Britney got mad. Remember that whole shaving off her head stuff, and the umbrella, uh, smashing the window using the umbrella stuff. I mean, like, yeah, it might look crazy if you don't know the backstory, but if you were being followed 24/7 everywhere you go, a lot of people would probably act like that, right? And it's not just because she's a celebrity that she was being that followed that much. There were also other very big celebrities at that time, like for example, Beyonce, Rihanna, Eminem. Who else was big at that time? Christina Aguilera and so on. But they weren't like being hounded by paparazzi all the time. Like, what is it with Britney that she is being so much under attack? And I don't feel like it is just because it's a coincidence because the paparazzi one story about her or something. I feel like this is a strategy. This is a concentrated attack on her. Somebody, I don't know, maybe someone close to her leaked to the paparazzi all the time where she's going. So that explains why she was always there. I mean, like, this is even rumored, by the internet. Even her mom was saying it. Now I have conflicted feelings on for her mom, but I honestly believe that this theory could be true. Okay. Anyway, here comes Lou Taylor. Okay, she came in right around 2006. Connect the dots, guys. I mean, like, she just ditched Kabbalah, right? And then come this lady, Lou Taylor, out of nowhere, you know. And then there was this leaked email, okay. Supposedly Britney sent this to her lawyer, okay. Now, to put this into perspective, okay, Spears, I'm just going to read it from Grok, okay. Spears has publicly denied authoring these emails herself, claiming Sam Latvi is her manager at the time, fabricated them as part of his own agenda. Taylor and her firm, TriStar Sports and Entertainment, have also dismissed these emails as fake and defamatory, leading to lawsuits against Latvi and the hashtag Free Britney supporters. Despite this, the emails have been widely cited in documentaries, news articles, and court filings related to the conservatorship, where Taylor's role was scrutinized. Okay, but we also remember that Britney Spears herself denied this while she was in the conservatorship, right? I could be wrong. Okay, but I believe she denied it once she was in the conservatorship. Not a fact. Okay, I'm not sure. Don't come after me, Taylor. Anyway, what did the lawsuit again? Despite this, it may have been widely circulated. So I'm just going to read what the email is saying. Okay, part of the email anyway. So in this email, allegedly Britney was saying, there is a crazy lady Lou Taylor that has been sending stuff to my house. I don't know her, she is a stalker, she believes I am possessed and that she needs to come and kill these spirits. Do you care if I'm dead because I cannot sign your checks if I am? This is what Britney wrote to her lawyer. Okay. Like, if this is true, if and only if this is true, okay. Now what the fuck? Who is Lou Taylor and why is she saying that there is a spirit that is possessing Britney and she needs to be, and this spirit need to be killed and so on? Who is actually Lou Taylor? Now, if you guys have seen an episode of Candace Owens, okay, that was around 1 month ago or something like that, okay. Candace, this is what Candace says, okay, based on her source. I'm just quoting her, okay. So don't come after me, Lou Taylor. But anyway, Candace was saying that Lou Taylor have a chapel actually. Oops, 1 second. Now, to give you guys a summary of that episode, I'm just going to read like this summary of the episodes that Grok has written for me. Okay, so basically, what the episode is saying is, again, Lou Taylor. This is what Candace Owens is saying, so don't come after me. Okay, so Grok summary is that Lou Taylor, a celebrity business manager and founder of TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group, co-founder of Calvary Chapel, Brentwood in California with her husband, Rob Taylor, who served as its senior pastor. Okay, so she did own a chapel. Okay, Calvary Chapel. Remember that name. Owens highlighted this as a ruse for laundering money and exerting control, citing the anonymous email she read on air, Lou Taylor's church was not real. The anonymous email means this one is the anonymous sources that Candace Owens received. It is reportedly coming from Lou Taylor's own previous employee. Okay, so again, allegedly, I'm not saying this is true. This is what Candace Owens is saying. Okay, so the email was saying Lou Taylor's church was not real and was only used to hide things. The email also said Lou Taylor was linked to people like Ghislaine Maxwell. Are you kidding me? Ghislaine Maxwell. You see, I mean, like, in the beginning, when I first started my channel, I wasn't thinking about covering about celebrities and so on, because I find celebrities to be kind of arrogant, big egos and so on. So I wasn't interested about it. But the more I learn about how the world works, the more I realize that everything is connected, okay? Even celebrities played a role. It's a brainwash thing, okay? They're using celebrities to brainwash us, okay? Anyway, let us continue, okay? The email further alleged Taylor's ties to massage, likely a reference to Mossad. Again, I'm not saying this. This is what Candace is suggesting, okay? And the CIA, though Owens presented this as unverified insider info rather than proven fact, okay? Shady church activities. The church runs an orphanage in Haiti called Litulum, and TriStar has sponsored its charity events, a golf hole at a fundraiser. Owens and others have questioned whether celebrity funds were funneled through TriStar to these causes under the guise of tithing or philanthropy, creating conflicts of interest. Jamie Spears, Britney's father, reportedly donated 10% of his conservatorship derived income. See, 10% of conservatorship derived income. Doesn't that sound similar to Kabbalah? Remember, I was saying Britney was rumored to been required to donate 10% of her income to Kabbalah, same as Madonna and also other celebrities. Anyway, let's continue. 10% of his conservatorship derived income estimated at around 600,000 total to the Taylor's church, despite living 500 miles away in Louisiana. Owens connected this to a pattern of Calvary Chapel scandals. Pastors with military or special forces background dropped Taylor's unspecified ties. Infidelity cover-ups, like one pastor hired by Kris Jenner after resigning in disgrace, and exploitation of vulnerable people. She claimed there's some sort of an infiltration that seems to be happening with Calvary Chapel. This can't be a coincidence. There can't be this many people that are having this experience and have this much scandal involving this church. Okay. Okay, this one is not important. But anyway, I mean, like, this Calvary Chapel, they are connected to so many conspiracy theories. I mean, like, even Charlie Kirk. What was the story? What was the connection? Supposedly, there's this TPUSA face, like, it's one of the branch of TPUSA, the parent company TPUSA, and TPUSA face is like its sub company or something like that. TPUSA faith, the pastor comes from Calgary Chapel. So, and there's also controversy with that pastor. Candace Owens have highlighted it, and this Calvary Chapel is very, like, suspicious. Okay, so it's weird, but anyway, I find it interesting when it was when Grok said that 10% of Jamie Spears' conservatorship income was required to be uh, paid to this Calvary Church system. And also, in that Candace Owens episode, she did specify that employees are also required to pay 10% to this church. something along the line that if you want to be blessed, you need to pay 10% off. This is what is rumored, okay? I'm not saying it for a fact. Don't come after me. So that sounds like the same system as Kabbalah, right? And Lou Taylor was speaking about Britney Spears getting possessed and so on. And also, it's interesting that Grok was saying that Lou Taylor did have an orphanage. Let me double confirm. The church runs an orphanage in Haiti called Lee Tulum, and she has a connection with Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Huh. Could it be? And this is just a theory. Who was that lady? Lou Taylor, don't come after me, okay? Please don't come after me. This is just a theory. Could it be that this orphanage and her connection to Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, celebrity, orphanage? Are you kidding me? And then come to think of it, remember I did a video on Erica Kirk, and she also runs an orphanage. And in Romania, and there was a scandal involving a general that was supposedly, this is also a rumor, okay, don't come after me, that this general supposedly was running a what we call underage trafficking in the US military base in Romania, okay. And Erica Kirk was caught in a picture with that general, okay, and supposedly they were working together to do a charity work or something like that, okay. So it's kind of amazing how these people who opens orphanage and so on, like many of the times they do end up having connection with child trafficking. And then you connect the dots. Jewish mysticism. Remember what I said about Ashkenazi Jews? Remember what I said? Who was their previous god before they converted into Judaism? Their god was Moloch, okay? And during the 7th to 8th century, they were pressured by multiple civilizations, especially the Kievan Rus, okay? They were pressured because they were causing so much havoc. You know, there were rumors about child sacrifices and so on. So they were pressured by the Kievan Rus to convert to either three of the Abrahamic religion, and they chose Judaism, okay? But again, this is my theory, okay? My theory is that they never truly converted into Judaism, okay? They still practice their Moloch worshipping religion, okay? I mean, like, just look at paintings throughout history and historical records, okay? There were paintings of Ashkenazi people. I don't know whether I can say, let's just say, Ashkenazi Jews sacrificing children. And look at what is happening today, okay? Epstein Island and so on, Zionism and so on. Who are these people? Who are their ancestors? They are Jews, specifically Ashkenazi Jews, okay? Look at what they're worshipping. Look at what Kabbalah. I mean, like, I cannot say this for a fact, but rumor has it that Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism, practices magic, Satanism, and so on. And we all know that Satanism usually requires human sacrifice, especially children. I'm just saying, okay. I know you guys probably don't believe in religion. Some people don't believe in religion. My God, why is it so bright? This is why I never record during the day, okay? Oh my God, so much better. So What was I saying just now? Yeah, okay. Ashkenazi Jews and whatever. Okay. So, could it be? To me, I couldn't be more convinced that she was punished because she doesn't know what she was signing up for when she joined Kabbalah, you know. And then she ends up finding out what exactly it is. She doesn't like it. She wants to go back to God. And then she was being punished for it. That's why she released the song Rebellion. Okay. And this Calvary Chapel, oh my god, so many conspiracy related to it. I mean, like Kris Jenner and the Kardashian, they have Calvary, they have their own chapel, Calvary Chapel again. And this is Calvary Chapel is what we call evangelical Christian. Again, watch my video about evangelical Christian. These people are extremists, okay? Anyway, and then you connect the dots, okay? I recently read about Kim Kardashian that she wants to open up 12 store in Israel right now. I mean, like 12 stores in Israel. Are you kidding me? I thought you were smart. But I mean, like, you can't even pass your law degree, right? Your law bar exam. I don't know what they call it in America. I'm not American, but you can't even pass it. I mean, like, I know it's very tough to pass, okay? But if you're really a genius, you wouldn't have failed it multiple times, okay? So I guess she's really not that intelligent. But I mean, like, come on. I mean, like, I'm not intelligent at all. I'm just a common man, okay? But even I know that right now is probably the worst time to be opening 12 stores in Israel. I mean, like, their credit ratings have gone to the gutter. There's potential of war going on there, and the economy is horrible. Why on earth would you want to open 12 stores in Israel right now? Again, it goes back to Calvary Chapel, goes back to evangelical Christian, goes back to devil worshipping. I'm not a fan of Israel. I guess if you have been a regular on my channel, you probably would have known that. And there were also rumors that the Kardashian, or Kylie Jenner to be more specific, again, rumor, okay, don't come after me. Please don't come after me. There were rumors that Kylie Jenner stole Britney Spears' money because, surprise, surprise, Lou Taylor was also the manager for the Kardashians. You know, and Kylie Jenner's company, Kylie Cosmetics. You know, do remember that at one point people were saying that she was a billionaire and so on, but some media companies already like question whether it's really true that she's a billionaire, okay? That her company is really worth $1 billion. But anyway, she's later sold like 50% of her company, or maybe she sold all her shares in the company. I can't remember, okay? I'm not a fan of the Kardashian. I used to, because their show is funny. Much as I hate them right today, I got to admit their show is very funny, okay? But definitely don't like them as a person. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I haven't keep up with them for like the last couple of years, okay? So I don't know whether she sold her full share in the Kylie Cosmetic companies, or maybe 50% or something like that. But it ends up that it was $1 billion company, even though people were questioning whether it's really $1 billion company or not, you know. So because the company, I think it was Coty bought the share of the company, so they paid her the amount of shares she was selling, and turns out it was $1 billion company. But now here's the interesting part, okay? This is rumor. I read this years ago. I have no updates. Maybe I should just Google it. 1 second, guys. Coty Kylie Cosmetics lawsuit. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is what I found from the internet. Okay. There wasn't a direct Coty versus Kylie Cosmetics lawsuit, but major legal issues arose after Coty acquired a stake in Kylie's beauty empire in 2020, involving Sid Beauty, who is Sid Beauty, suing Coty for allegedly stealing trade secrets, development plans and strategies, and interfering with their contract. Alongside this, Coty faced shareholder investigation. Shareholder investigation. Yes, I remember that. Over potential misleading financial info related to Kylie's valuation, leading to stock drops. Though this was about disclosure, not a suit against Kylie herself, but impacting the partnership. So I guess there was no actions from Coty, but again, there was rumor that actually it wasn't a $1 billion company. Forbes estimated prior to this sale of stocks and so on shares. Uh, Forbes, I believe, I could be wrong, but it was Forbes that estimated that the company couldn't have been more than 400 to 500 billion dollars valuation. Okay. Now there's rumors that it became $1 billion and it was sold to Coty at that valuation because they were transferring Britney Spears money into Kylie Cosmetics. Again, rumors don't come after me. And I have seen some videos, okay. This was years ago. I have seen some videos about this. And it seems like the paper trails and the black and whites and so on seems like it makes sense, but I could be wrong. I'm not saying this for a fact. It could be true that they were stealing Britney Spears money, okay. And interesting part is right after Candace Owen did that episode in which she was going on and on talking about Lou Taylor, Calvary Chapel, and Kardashian connections and so on. The next day, the Kardashian posted a picture with Britney Spears. They were hanging around in a hotel room or something. Like, what is going on? And you can see from the picture, I'm going to provide you guys a screenshot of the picture. Okay, you can see from the picture, Britney was like defeated. She was just there because she was told to be there. And the Kardashian, they're very quick, they're very responsive. Okay, whenever there's a conspiracy, they're very quick to respond, they're very responsive. They have all the strategies and so on. So is it a coincidence that after a day after the Candace Owens reveal, they were spotted with Britney Spears and acting like buddy? This is what they do all the time, Kardashian. Okay, damage control, that's the word. They're very good at damage control. Okay, I don't know, I feel so sorry for Britney. But to those of you who find it weird, why am I suddenly covering about celebrities? As I was saying, it's all connected. Okay, the media, the Wall Street and so on, okay, it's all connected, and they are working towards the one world government agenda, which is the tip of my channel. And I'm going to cover more about celebrities in the coming future. My next video, I'm thinking about my next celebrity video, not my next video. Okay, I'm thinking about covering about Justin Bieber, another very suspicious case, who also was managed by Lou Taylor for 18 years, 18, 15, something like that, I don't know, but for a long time, managed by Lou Taylor. Also very suspicious case, and this Lou Taylor, she has so many top celebrities that she managed. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna cover on Michael Jackson, No, I don't think Michael Jackson is innocent. Okay. I think just like Madonna, Michael Jackson is part of the cabal. Okay. I don't think he is innocent. And I will cover about him in the future. Okay. And who else am I going to cover? PDD, Usher. So if you guys like this type of content, you like conspiracy theories, you like celebrities, conspiracy theories, you like about economics and politics, kindly subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, kindly press the like button and also leave some comment, okay? Until we see you again, bye bye.